Hi, I'm Thomas. I study engineering at Oxford University and I tutor for the interviews at Oxford and Cambridge and indeed Imperial College. Now, there are no two interviews that are going to be the same. There are no two interviewers that are going to approach it in the same way. They all have got different opinions. They all want to ask different questions. However, there are three key areas that they're always looking for, no matter what kind of specified approach they're using. So, the first of those is passion. So they really want someone who wants to do this 40 hours per week, 80 hours per week. They want to do someone who wants to do this without any motivation beyond a pure interest in it. They want someone who's teachable, someone who's easy to work with, someone who can really take advantage of the Oxford or Cambridge or Imperial system. They want someone who is understanding the deep context of the topics as well. They don't just want someone who's good at the maths problems and the physics problems. They want someone who's good at real world problem solving. So let's talk about each of those areas in a little bit more detail. So first of all, teachability. So it's a really big thing at Oxford and Cambridge, and they value the tutorial system so much. They really, really want to know that you will take advantage of their time when they're teaching you. So remember, these interviewers aren't just random people who are holding open the gates for people and saying you can come in, you can't. They're the people who will probably be teaching you in actuality. So they want someone who's easy to work with. They want someone who relishes the opportunity. They want someone who really makes good use of the time that they spend with them. Therefore, they want someone who takes up hints, who asks interesting questions, who's really adaptable. So if they suggest a new approach, they don't just say, no, 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 I think my one's going to work. They say, you know what, let's try it out. I suspect this is how it's going to work, but let's try it out. So I'll give an example from my interview. I had this problem and I kept on getting it wrong over and over and over again. And I was getting more and more nervous. And the tutor was trying to give me this hint, and I kept on basically turning down the hint. And somehow, by some miracle, I got in. But we can learn from my mistake. When they're giving you a hint, they want to help. They want to get you over. They want to get you over the line in solving problems because that's what they enjoy doing. So it's so important that we meet them halfway when it comes to this. So if they're trying to give you help, you need to be willing to take the help. So that means, yeah, as soon as they give even the slightest hint that they want to go down a direction, we really have to concentrate on that. We really have to focus on it and make sure we pick it up. So the next big area is understanding. And I want to preface this by saying that if you've passed the ENGAA or the PAT or the Imperial College entrance exam, that is an achievement in its own right. They already know you're incredibly smart. So what they're looking for is not just smart on paper, but we're looking for someone who can solve real life engineering problems, who can think deeply about a problem in more than a physics or mathematical way, someone who sees it as a real life problem. So I'll give another example from my interviews. We were trying to work out the moments on a truck to calculate the maximum load you could put in it. And it was a very nice two blocks, one representing the cab, one representing the back, and we were asked basically before it tipped, right? So we did the calculations, and they were like, "Okay, let's move on." And I was like, "But hold on," because I was thinking, and it's something which, if you obviously we calculated at the point of tipping. Now, if you know anything about driving cars, you know that to make a turn, you need some downforce, you need some traction. So, in fact, the calculations that we come up with, we're not come up with a truck that's fully loaded. It will come up with a truck that's about to crash because there'll be no way for it to turn. So bringing that up, saying, you know what, I think that maybe we haven't considered this. And it's how you can leave a really good impression that you're not just working out the maths and the physics, but you're really thinking about the problem itself. Okay, so the last and most important thing is passion. So every tutor, no matter who they are, whatever age group they are, how many other interviews they've done, they're always looking for passion. I've spoken to quite a lot of my tutors about it, and it's something they are just constantly eyes out for. They just want someone who wants to do this night in, night out, because that's what they want to do. That's what the university and the course is all about. It's not an easy course. It's a fun course, but it's a very, very intense course. It's a very difficult course. So they want people who want to do it. They want people who are a good fit, because the truth is, if you don't enjoy doing this sort of thing, then you will end up hating doing the course and you'll be harder to teach and you probably won't do as well. So what they're looking for is people who really, really want to do it just for the sake of doing it. So the best way to do that is to be yourself. I mean, if you put in all the hard work to get to the interview stage, I'm sure you really enjoy the subject matter. So if you relax and really focus on just trying to enjoy the questions as they come, just trying to ask the questions that interest you most, it will put you at a massive advantage. Now, another thing you can do to prepare yourself for these interviews is when you get your interviews, you'll be told who's taking them, or at least what college is taking them, so who's likely to be giving you the interview. So I would advise, and I did this, was I looked into what they were researching, because it's a good way to know more about, one, who's interviewing you, and two, what they might bring up. And it's also like, usually what they're interesting is really interesting. What they're researching is really interesting because they got funding to do it, right? So there's a reason. So usually it's like a really enjoyable experience, and also it'll put you like front foot forward when you get into that interview. And maybe they just want to talk about what they do day to day. Maybe it comes up in a question you can see it relating to what you're doing. I mean, this is all showing that you're really in, like, you want to do the subject for more reason than to come to Oxford, or more reason to come to Cambridge. No, you want to do it because you've got a deep passion for it, and because it's what you've always wanted to do, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that's the way I'd put it. I look forward to hopefully seeing some of you soon. Bye bye.